Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to discuss about how to install a Wamp server and set up your PHP web development environment. So first of all we will search for Wamp server, and here you can see the wampserver.com link. So we will click on this. So what is a Wamp server? So it is a web development environment that allows you to create web applications with Apache, PHP and MySQL. So you will install the Swim server and it will install all of these for you. And it will provide you the PHP admin to easily manage your databases. So let's start on the click on the download button, and here you can see two versions. So one is 64-bit, the other one is 3286 one. So mostly the computers are 64-bit now, but if yours one is 32-bit, then you download this one. But I will download this one, and this will install all of the Apache, PHP, these versions. So currently 7.4, 8.1, 8.2, MySQL, and MariaDB, PHP etc. Okay, so click on this, and here we will click on this link to directly download the web server. And now I will download this software, and we will wait for its downloading to finish. And as you can see, this has been updated 3 days ago. And now I will open this file, and here I will select English, and you can read all of these and then accept, or if you don't want to accept, then you will have to select this and cancel. So you will have to read all of this and click next and click next, and where you want to install it. So that folder is okay for me, and here you can select and here you can select all of the options. So it will install these PHP origins, this MariaDB origin. So I'll just leave it as default and click next and install. Okay, so it is giving you an option if you want to select another browser or not. So it will be using Edge as a default browser. So okay, no need to do that. So no. Okay, Notepad. For now we will say no. For the editor. Okay. And next and finish. So our application has been installed successfully. So now let's open it. So Wamp. So now the Wamp server has been started and ready to use. And you can see it here. Here it is green. So that means it is working. If it is not green and it is yellow or red or something, so that means it is not working. So you can see all services are running. So if we click on it, you can see the local host. So if I click on the local host, you can see the local host. So here you can create your project and then you will provide the address of that project. So you will have access to your project. So now let's say I want to access the PHP So how can I do that? So PHP and click on that and you can see the PHP here. The default user is root and there is no password. So log in and here you will see all of your databases. So you can create your virtual host here and the Apache version is 2.4 and the PHP version is 8. So I'll select 8.2. So it will restart and now again let's check. The current version is 8.2 which is the latest version of PHP. How to install Visual Studio Code in your computer. So first of all we will search Visual Studio Code and click on the first link. So that's how a Visual Studio Code looks like. And here you can see you have a download button. So you can click on this download button. And it will be downloaded shortly. So now the download has been started. And now let's open that file to install Visual Studio Code and read the license agreement and I will accept it. You can specify a path here and then click next and start menu folder and click next. So you want to create a desktop icon or not and these other options, but I will just leave it as default and click next and then install. So now the setup has been installing Visual Studio Code for us. And we have successfully installed the Visual Studio Code. So now let's open it. So launch Visual Studio Code and finish. So our Visual Studio Code has been installed successfully. And when you open it for the first time, you can see the screen. So here you can select dark mode, light mode, or high contrast dark mode, or light high contrast mode. So you'll select this dark mode, or you can see more themes here. So you can click on this, but I will select this one. So when you select this one, just click on the next section. So next section, refine your editing skills. And next, okay. So mark is done. So it is just giving you all of these options. Okay. So now this is the home page of the Visual Studio Code. So it is recommending the GitHub Copilot, but I will not install it. So let's cross this. You can see the walkthrough of the Visual Studio Code. I will learn fundamental, but I don't want to do that. So here you can open a file, or you can create a new file, or you can open a file, or you can open a folder of your project. And when you click on this icon, and when the folder is open, you will see all of these files here. But currently I don't have any projects, so that's why we can't see any file here. Here you can search source control. So when you install Git, you will see all of these Git options here, and run and debug and extensions. So here you can install different extensions. So for example, if I want to install free tier, so I will install it. So let's install, and free tier has been installed for us. You can install Getlens, Docker, or any other option that you want. If you want to search for some extension, you can search here, for example, PHP. So you can install PHP debug, PHP intelligence, or something. So all of these options, okay. So let's install this PHP intelligence. If we click on that, you can read all about it, what it is. You can install it from here or from here. So let's install it, and it has been installed successfully. Now let's say we want to install another one. So let's say Laravel, and here there are difference. So Laravel blade snippets, Laravel snippets, artisan, extra intelligence. Okay, all of these options. So blade formatter, all of these things. Okay, Laravel intelligence, Laravel helpers, docs, etc. So let's say if I want to install this one. So let's say this one, and it has been installed successfully. Now, beside this, you can you have different options here, here, and here you can open the terminal in the same window. So here you will have terminal, and here you can write different commands. If you want to open multiple terminals, so here you can see another one. So now you have two terminals. If you want more, so click on the plus. Now you have three terminals. Okay, clear terminal, okay, run active file, etc. Now if you want to close one, so just delete and it will be killed. So those two terminals are closed now, only one terminal we have. So this is the debug console output and problems here, okay. So here you can run, start debugging, etc. and do others, different stuffs. So that's all about installing Visual Studio Code. We are going to discuss about how to install Git. So what is Git? Git is a distributed version control system that tracks changes. So first of all we will search for Git and here we will say Git, and when we click on that link here we can see this website, and here we will click on this download for Windows, and here you can see 32 bits and 64 bits the installer, and if you want you can get the portable as well, but I will get the installer 64 bit and click on that and download it. And once it is finished, then open it. And yes, and it was released 8 days ago. Okay. So click next. You can choose a directory here. Click next and choose all of these different options, but I will leave it as it is. You can see I will click this git bash as well to install bash and click next, next, and here you can see which editor you want to choose. So I will select Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code and click next, and some other options. So let Git decide. So what will be the default branch name? So it will be master for the initial branch or main. Okay. So override the default branch name per new repositories. So if you want, you can write the default branch name here, but I will leave it here like this. Let Git decide and click next. And okay, next and next and next. So there are different options. You can choose according to your needs and requirements. So next, 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 and install. And we don't need the release notes, but and here you can open the git bash as well. So let me open it. That is the git bash, not the git. Okay. So that is just a terminal. So you can see that is a bit different than the Windows terminal, and here you can use it. So I'll close it for now and we have installed Git successfully. So if I open, let's say cmd and Git, here you can see all of the information about Git. Okay, so let me maximize it. So let's say Git -v, and the version is this one. So that means Git is working. So that's all about installing Git. How to install Composer. So first of all, we will search for Composer, and then you can see this Composer link, or you can directly click on the download here. So if I click on the download, here you have different installers options. So I'm using Windows, so I will just download and install this setup. If you are using Linux or any other thing, so you can read this documentation. So let me download this Composer setup, and now open it. I will install it for all users. Next, you can specify the path here. Okay, so let me specify the name of the PHP path. So no, I don't want to use that. I want to use the PHP. So here you need to select the PHP installation path. So I will select 8.2. I have installed all of these. I will select 8.2, which is the latest version at this time. And now click next. Okay, and this part, okay. And next. And I don't want to use the proxy server, so next and install. Now the composer has been installed successfully, and I will finish it. Now if I open the command prompt, and here if we write composer, so that means composer is working. Composer, and the version is 2.6.2, and you have all of these things. Okay, so that means composer is working. So that's how we install Composer. We are going to discuss about how to download Node.js. So Node.js is a open source JavaScript runtime environment, and normally we use it for downloading packages and compiling our files. So if I click on this download button, here you can see LTS and current version. So I will download this Windows installer, and I will use the 64-bit. You can use your operating system. Okay, so I will download this. Now open that file, click next, and read the agreement, and you can change the directory. Next, here you can see the packages, so you can add or remove them, but I will just leave it like this. So next, and next, and install. Node.js is not required as a PHP environment. But if you use download, but if you want to download some packages and compile your JavaScript files and things like that, so you can use that. So now this has been installed successfully. So finish. So that's all. So now let's run a PHP program. So if I go to this directory, so here if I create a new folder, so let's say my project PHP project so my PHP, and here let's create a new file, and we will say index start and remove the txt and write here PHP. And yes, you want to change the type. And now if we open this with the Visual Studio Code or Notepad or whatever, and here let's write PHP and let's say echo welcome to PHP and save it. Now if we go to the localhost, and my PHP, and here you can see welcome to PHP due to this file. So now let's say if I want echo echo you have installed PHP and save it. And now let's refresh the page again, and you can see. So now you can run PHP file successfully. So now if I, let's say, create terminal, so I'm in this user directory. So let's say, let me open the CMD here on this one here. And if I go to Laravel website, so Laravel, get started, and here you can see the Laravel installation. So we have already installed the composer. So you will just copy this code to install a Laravel project. And here you can see we are in this www directory. And if I paste it, the composer create project, Laravel/Laravel, and here we can give a name to our project. So I'll say example and enter. So now we are successfully installing the Laravel project. Project has been created successfully. Now if we move to that directory, so cd example, and now let's say PHP artisan. So, and now go to this one, yeah, and here you can see the Laravel project is running. So Laravel 10 and the PHP version is 8.2. So you have successfully installed a Laravel project through Composer. And that's how you can set up the PHP environment. And that's all for this video now, and see you in the next video.